wondering how to solve the question above. Here we are going to guide you step by step on how to solve the question above, and the question says that we should find the current and power developed in each resistor. All right, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to apply Kirchhoff current law at node B. All right, apply KCL at B. All right, now we have dealt with the introduction to Kirchhoff theorems. So how do we apply KCL at node B? Just stand at B and you observe I1, that is current I1 is entering node B, while current I2 and I3 are leaving node B. So it shows that the summation of current entering node B must be equal to the summation of current leaving node B. So it means that I1 must be equals to the summation of I2 plus I3. So this is equation number 1. All right. Now, the next thing we are going to do is to apply Kirchhoff voltage law. But before we go into that, I want you to understand that we have 3 loops. We have A, B, F, E, because we know that from the definition of loops is a closed part of a circuit. So if we look at A, B, E, F is a closed part, B, C, E, D is another closed part, while A, C, D, F is another closed part. But we are going to apply Kirchhoff voltage law, that is KVL, at this loop and at this loop. So we are going to take our direction, and don't forget, from the introduction class we said we are going to take a clockwise direction. So I'm going to take the direction now. So here is our direction. You can see we have taken a clockwise direction. All right, now if you look at this part here, we are having a what? We are having a voltage source, right? Now don't forget, this direction means that we are moving from negative. I told us the shorter arm here is negative, while the longer arm is what? Positive. So it means that we are moving from negative to what? Positive. That is voltage gain, right? So we are going to have 24 here, because this is 24 volts, this is voltage. So it means that apply, okay, let's say this is A, this is B. So let's apply KVL at A. All right, so it means that here we are going to have 24. All right, 24. Then don't forget, now our direction is also the same thing as the direction of current here, right? Now, and here we are having I1, here we are having 3 ohms, right? And don't forget, from Ohm's law, V is equals to what? IR, that is current multiplied by resistance, is going to give us the voltage here. Now, and if our direction, the direction that we take here is the same, is going the same direction with the current, we take the voltage here to be what? Negative. Is that clear? So we are going to have minus what? Minus 3I1. Then if you come down here, we are having, because the direction here is also the same thing as the direction of current here, is going to be minus 4I2. Minus 4I2, which will be equals to what? 0. All right. So therefore it means that we can say that 24 will be equals to what? 3I1 plus what? Plus 4I2. All right, so we can call this equation number 2. All right, now we are going to apply KVL, apply KVL at B. All right, again, we don't have any voltage source here, right? So if you look at our direction here, it's going opposite to this direction, right? So it's also going to be what? It's also going to be negative. Sorry, it's going to be positive, right? Don't forget that when our direction here is going the same direction with the current here, we take it to be what? Negative. Now you can look, our current is going in this direction, current is going downward, right? So it means they are going against each other, so we are going to take it to be what? Positive. All right, so here we are going to have 4I2 All right, 4I2. Now you can see the direction now is going the same direction with what? I3, and I3 will flow through this 12 ohms resistor. So it's going to be what? Minus 12I3, which will be equals to what? 0. All right. Now from this equation here, we can say that 4I2 will be equals to what? 12I3. Now we can divide both sides by 4, right? If we divide both sides by 4, 4 here will cancel 4 here. Then our I2 will be equals to what? 4 here 1, 4 here 3. It's going to give us 3I2. 3I3, equation number 3. All right. Now what we are going to do is we are going to substitute equation number 3 in equation number 1. All right. So substitute, that is put 3 into 1. All right. So it means anywhere we see I2 in equation 1, we are going to replace it with what? 3I3. So it means that I1 will be equals to I2, which is what? 3I3 plus what? Plus I3. All right. So I1 will be equals to what? 4I3. So this will be equation number 4. All right. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to put equation 3 in equation number 2. All right. So if we put equation 3, put equation 3 into what? Into equation 2. So we are going to have 24 to be equals to what? To be equals to 3I1, then plus what? Plus 4 into I2. I2 is what? 3I3, right? Yes, I2 is what? 3I3. All right. So here we are going to have 24 equals to 3I1 plus 4 times 3 is 12. We are going to have 12I3. All right. So let's call this one equation number 4. Sorry, equation number 5. All right. So don't forget, again, we are having equation number 4 here, right? Which is I1. We said I1 is equal to what? 4I3, right? Now we are going to put 4 in equation 5. So put 4 into equation number 5. All right. So we are going to have 24, which will be equals to what? Which will be equals to 3I1, 3 into 4I3 plus 12I3 All right. So now 3 times 4 is 12, right? 12I3, right? And 12I3 plus 12I3, that's going to give us what? 24I3. So we are going to have 24 equals to 24I3. All right. Now for us to get I3 now, we are going to divide both sides by what? By 24. All right. So you can quickly take a screenshot of this so that we continue. So we are going to divide both sides by 24. So we are going to have 24 equals to 24I3, then divided by 24, divided by 24. This will go in this. 24 divided by 24 is 1. So it shows that I3 will be equals to 1 ampere. All right. Now that we have gotten I3 to be 1 ampere, we can therefore get I2. So I2 will be equals to 3 into 1. So I2 will be equals to 3 ampere. All right. So I've gotten I3, I've gotten I2. Let's get I1. So I1 will be equals to what? 4 into I3, which is 4 into 1. So this is going to give us what? I1 will be equals to 4 ampere. All right. So the current here, I1 is 4 ampere, I2 is 3 ampere and I3 is 1 ampere. So this is the value of the current. Now we are going to calculate the power developed now. Now don't forget that for power we said power is equals to IV, and we know that V is equals to what? IR. So if we substitute that here, power will be equals to I into IV, so which is going to be equals to I square V. So we are going to be using P is equals to I square V to calculate IR rather, IR. All right, so we are going to be using P is equals to I square R to calculate the power developed in each resistor. All right. Here, we are having 3 resistors. So let's take R1 to be 3 ohms. If R1 is equals to 3 ohms and R2 is equals to 4 ohms and R3 is equals to what? 12 ohms. All right, so P1 P1 will be equals to I square 1 R1. So this will be equals to I1 is equals to what? 4. So it's going to be 4 squared multiplied by what? Multiplied by 3. That is 16 multiplied by 3. 16 multiplied by 3 is 48. So we are going to have 48 watts. All right, so for P2 will be equals to I2 squared then R2. So I2, what is I2? I2 is 3. So it's going to be 3 squared multiplied by R2, which is 4. That is 9 multiplied by 4. 9 multiplied by 4 is what? 36. So we are going to have this to be equals to 36 watts. All right. So the last but not the least, which is P3 will be equals to I3 squared R3. So I3 is equals to what? I3 is equals to 1. So 1 squared multiplied by R3 is equals to what? 12. All right. So this will be equals to 12 watts. So here is the value of power that is developed in each resistor, and here is the value of current that is developed in each resistor. So I hope this question is well simplified using Kirchhoff theorem. You can let us you can comment that in the comment section. Mind you, don't forget that we have a well structured written material for you guys on circuit theorems. Not only on circuit theorems, on everything we have been doing on this channel, both for civil engineering, mechanical engineering and electrical engineering. Just check the description of this video. You are going to see our link, that our seller link, where all our material is uploaded. You can just go there and get any of our material that you want. Trust us, this material is going to help you for your examination. Thank you. Stay tuned for more as we proceed to unlock more calculation on Kirchhoff theorems. Thank you.